Asei, Acts chapter 15. And certain men came down from Yehuda, and were teaching the brothers, Unless you are circumcised according to the practice of Moshe, you are unable to be saved. So when Shaul and Barnabas had no small dissension and dispute with them, they arranged for Shaul and Barnabas and certain others of them to go up to Jerusalem to the emissaries and elders about this question. So, being sent on their way by the assembly, they passed through Phoenicia and Shomeron, relating the conversion of the nations. And they were causing great joy to all the brothers. And having arrived in Jerusalem, they were received by the assembly and the emissaries and the elders. And they reported all that Elohim had done with them. And some of the believers who belonged to the sect of the Pharisees rose up, saying, It is necessary to circumcise them, and to command them to keep the Torah of Moshe. Then the emissaries and elders came together to look into this matter. And when there had been much dispute, Kephar rose up and said to them, Men, brothers, you know that a good while ago Elohim chose among us that by mouth the nations should hear the word of the good news and believe. And Elohim, who knows the heart, bore witness to them by giving them the set-apart spirit, as also to us, and made no distinction between us and them, cleansing their hearts by belief. Now then, why do you try Elohim by putting a yoke on the neck of the taught ones, which neither our fathers nor we were able to bear? But through the favor of the Master Yeshua Messiah, we trust to be saved in the same way as they. And all the crowd was silent, and were listening to Barnabas and Shaul, declaring how many miracles and wonders Elohim did among the nations through them. And after they were silent, Yaakov answered, saying, Men, brothers, listen to me. Shimon has declared how Elohim first visited the nations to take out of them a people for his name. And the words of the prophets agree with this, as it has been written. After this I shall return and rebuild the booth of David, which has fallen down, and I shall rebuild its ruins, and I shall set it up, so that the remnant of mankind shall seek Yah, even all the nations on whom my name has been called, says Yah, who is doing all this, who has made this known from of old. Therefore I judge that we should not trouble those from among the nations who are turning to Elohim, but that we write to them to abstain from the defilements of idols, and from whoring, and from what is strangled, and from blood. For from ancient generations Moshe has in every city those proclaiming him, being read in the congregations every Sabbath. Then it seemed good to the emissaries and elders with all the assembly to send chosen men from among them to Antioch, with Shaul and Barnabas, Yehuda being called Barsabba, and Silas, leading men among the brothers, having written by their hand this, The emissaries and the elders and the brothers, to the brothers who are of the nations in Antioch, and Syria, and Cilicia, greetings. Since we have heard that some who went out from us have troubled you with words, unsettling your lives, to whom we gave no command, it seemed good to us, having become of one mind, to send chosen men to you with our beloved Barnabas and Shaul, men who have given up their lives for the name of our Master Yeshua Messiah. We have therefore sent Yehuda and Silas, who are also confirming this by word of mouth. For it seemed good to the set-apart spirit and to us to lay upon you no greater burden than these necessities, that you abstain from what is offered to idols, and blood, and what is strangled, and whoring. If you keep yourselves from these, you shall do well. Be strong. They, therefore, being sent off, went to Antioch, and having gathered the crowd together, they delivered the letter. And having read it, they rejoiced over its encouragement. And Yehuda and Silas, being themselves also prophets, encouraged the brothers with many words, and strengthened them. And having spent some time, they were sent back in peace from the brothers to the emissaries. But it seemed good to Silas to remain. And Shaul and Barnabas continued to Antioch, teaching and bringing, with many others also, the good news, the word of Yah. And after some days Shaul said to Barnabas, Let us now go back and visit our brothers in every city where we proclaim the word of Yah, and see how they are. And Barnabas proposed to take with them Yochanan, called Marcos. But Shaul thought it not fit to take with them the one who withdrew from them in Pamphylia, and had not gone with them to the work. A sharp feeling therefore came to be, so that they parted from one another. And so Barnabas took Marcos and sailed for Cyprus, and Shaul chose Silas and went off, being committed by the brothers to the favor of Elohim. And he went through Syria and Cilicia, strengthening the assemblies.